We now move on to a felicitation function organized by IBIPSA India affiliate. We have a special guest present with us, Professor N.K. Bansal, who has mentored several doctoral and postgraduate students during his tenure as professor at Center for Energy Studies at Indian Institute of Technology, New Delhi. His major contribution in the field of energy efficiency in buildings, passive cooling systems, energy planning and modeling, and renewable energy are widely used and cited. He steered several national and international projects related to energy that have proven to be extremely important for our country. One example of such contribution is climatic classification of India. This classification has extensively been used in the National Building Code, Energy Conservation Building Code of India, and several other codes and standards used in the country. He had strong research relationship with researchers in many countries, Germany and USA being two very prominent ones. He has been in advising capacity with Ministry of Renewable Energy in India. He has been chairman of Energy Conservation Building Code Formation Committee. He has been advising Department of Science and Technology for promoting research and deployment of energy efficiency and renewable energy. He has also been Vice Chancellor of Sri Mata Vaishno Devi University. Professor Bansal has always been at forefront of technology and research. He has supervised 40 PhD students, more than 100 postgraduate theses. He has published several research papers and many books in the areas of his work. In fact, the first researcher who used energy simulation in the country was supervised by none other than Professor Bansal. So in fact, it would not be wrong, rather it would be apt to call him father of energy simulation in India. May I request Professor Bansal to please come on the stage. May I also request another great teacher, Professor Gottfried Augenbrough. We heard you this morning. Professor Augenbrough, may I request you to come on the stage, please. And Professor Augenbrough, please do the felicitation of Professor Bansal. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Fried. May I request Professor Bansal to kindly say a few words of blessings.
Professor Narayanan, Director of Indian Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad. Professor Augenbrough, Chairman of the Organizing Committee of Building Simulation 2015, Dr. Vishal Garg. Chairman of the Scientific Committee Program, Dr. Jyotirmay Mathur. Distinguished delegates, guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here, in fact, with a sense of humility. With the sense of humility when I am at a stage towards the fag end of life. I have almost 50 years of experience in various fields. Though my PhD in the year 1969 was on nuclear reactors, but I preferred to switch to the softer energies after the energy crisis in 1973. And this decade between 1970 and 1980 also coincided with the presidency of Jim Carter, who was known for his softness and who was known for his love for energy efficiency and renewable energy. In fact, in his first speech, he made a passionate request to American citizens to roll down the thermostat below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And he was the only president of United States to have installed photovoltaics on White House, which were later removed as soon as President Reagan took over. Until today, there are no photovoltaics on the White House. Building simulation development also has a history of almost 8 decades. Pre-1960 era, when it was more on solving equations through response factor method or other methods, published in Asher Transactions. The 1960 era from 1970, where the big computers came of the size of this room. Programs were written with the help of the card deck or tape, and the industries like Carrier, they wrote manuals on calculating heating and cooling loads of buildings. The era between 1970 and 1980 is the era of real progress in the area of building simulation and renewable energy. Here the efforts started to find the standards for energy efficiency in buildings. Various approximate methods like degree method, correlation methods like F-chart, and approximate methods like Fourier series analysis using periodicity, they were developed and Fortran programs were written for that. But these programs brought on, some codes were developed like Derobe, Blast, and the DOE version 1 by Hirsch and Associates. However, their use was not very simplified. It was not user-friendly. In the year 1980, there were refinements. From DOE 1, it became DOE 2, and they tried to promote also BLAST-like program. However, the real revolution in the building energy simulation started with 1990, when the personal computers became available. And the Hirsch and Associates were promoted by the Department of Energy to develop DOE 2.1, DOE 2.2, and then various programs like eQuest and Energy Plus, which are being improved every day. And the year 2000, one started developing energy efficiency building codes and green ratings like LEED, which from 2010 till today are being repeated in all parts of the world in other countries. And looking at the speech of Professor Augenbro in the morning, I would say this era between 2010 and 2020 will belong to removing uncertainties in the analysis, which will all remain there. I'm really feel honored with the humility and thankful to VIPSA India, and particularly to those who have programmed it, Dr. Vishal Garg and Dr. Jyotirmay Mathur. And with a sense of pride, I see some of my students here, Dr. Mahavir Bhandari, Dr. Indrajit Singh, Adil. One person who really took the challenge of converting academics into business, when I taught him for a semester in 2003, is Adil, who is running a consulting firm by learning academic teaching from me in 2003. And he is one of the very successful person as far as the business simulation consulting is concerned. Trying to simulate metro, helping Chennai Metro, Delhi Metro, and therefore I feel really proud of them. I owe this felicitation to two sets of people. First, obviously, the family. my wife, Shaila Bansal, who is here. Maybe you'd like to come with me? She has spent many lonely, isolated days, months, and years when I have been on my academic work either in India or abroad. And second set of people whom I owe this felicitation is none but the group of students who helped me to mature this subject. And may I request, please all of you to come along with me to share the dais. Jyotirmay, Vishal, Mahavir, Indrajit, and Adil. All the honor goes to them. The event has been organized with great professionality, and I see a great future for all these young people who deserve a big hand from all of us. Thank you very much, you everybody. Thanks a lot.